You know that feeling, right? It's barely 10 a.m., you've just started your day, but you already feel mentally exhausted. Well, you're definitely not alone. So today, we're going to break down exactly why that happens, and I'll walk you through a super simple morning routine to get that energy back for the stuff that actually matters. All right, let's jump right in.
Take a look at this number, 86 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. Any ideas? No, it's not the number of unread emails in your inbox. Although I know some days it really feels like it. This number right here is the absolute key to understanding your morning energy. Because every single morning, you wake up and switch on 86 billion tiny light bulbs. Yep, that's how many neurons you have in your brain. Each one is firing up, getting ready for the day. It's this incredible burst of potential energy, but as we're about to find out, it's shockingly easy to cause a short circuit. And that brings us right back to this feeling, this all too familiar slump. You've had your coffee, you're sitting at your desk, but your focus is just gone. It feels like you've run a mental marathon before the race even got started. But listen, this is not a personal failure. It's just biology at work. And the reason for that mental drain? Well, it has a name, the glutamate trap. So let's get into the science of why thinking, especially early in the day, can be so incredibly tiring. So, your brain runs on this fuel, a type of cellular energy called ATP. The easiest way to think about it is like a battery. Every single decision you make, from what to wear to which email to open first, it draws power from this battery. And the harder the decision, the more power it drains. Now, just like a car's engine creates exhaust, when your brain burns through that ATP, it produces a natural chemical byproduct. In this case, it's a neurotransmitter called glutamate. And glutamate is actually essential for your brain to function, but only up to a point. And this is the absolute crux of it. When that glutamate starts to build up in the part of your brain that handles decision-making, it literally starts to interfere with how your neurons fire. You know that feeling of brain fog or mental fatigue? That's actually your brain sending you a signal, saying, hey, we're overdoing it here. Time to slow down. That's it. You've just fallen into the glutamate trap. So how do we avoid this trap? I mean, we can't just stop thinking, right? But what we can do is be way smarter about what we think about, especially first thing in the morning. And that's where the decision diet comes in. It's a simple 5-step checklist to protect your most valuable resource, your mental energy. And here they are. These 5 steps are all designed to do one thing: slash the number of pointless, low-value decisions you make before your day really gets going. We're going to start by replacing just one key decision and setting some energy goals. We'll really dig into those in a second. From there, you just build on it by automating no-brainers like your outfit and breakfast, and then locking in your focus by defining your number one task for the day. So let's build this thing from the ground up. This quote just nails the whole philosophy. The goal isn't to be lazy, it's to be incredibly strategic. By putting all the small stuff on autopilot in the morning, you save that precious brain power for the big, creative, high-impact work that's going to move the needle later in the day. Okay, so let's really dive into step 1, replace one key decision. This is all about finding just one small repeating choice you make every morning that's draining your battery, and then putting it on complete autopilot. I mean, just look at the contrast on this slide. It's pretty stark. On the left, that's a typical morning, just filled with these micro decisions. They seem tiny, but each one of those question marks is a little withdrawal from your energy battery. Now look at the right, a low decision morning. See how the questions are gone? They're replaced with statements. The mental energy is being preserved, not spent. Okay, so once you've started to automate things, step 2 is all about being intentional. It's not just about what you do anymore, it's about what you consciously choose not to do. This is where you actually set the rules of the game for your morning. And these are some fantastic examples of what those goals look like in the real world. Protecting your first 90 minutes for deep work, that's a game changer. Resisting that siren call of the email inbox, also huge. The idea here is to build a fortress around your peak focus time and defend it from all those little interruptions and decisions. Okay, so you've started putting these habits into place. You're automating choices, you're setting energy goals. So what? What's the actual tangible result? Let's take a look at the payoff. Honestly, this chart says it all. That dotted line, that's a typical day. A huge energy crash right around 10 or 11 a.m. as that glutamate trap snaps shut. But the solid line, that's the goal. With the decision diet, you still use energy, of course you do, but the decline is so much more gradual. You stay at a higher level of performance for way, way longer. So, what does it actually feel like to live life on that solid line? Well, it just becomes your new normal. The day feels less like a chaotic sprint and more like a controlled, well-paced race where you're in charge. And the benefits just stack on top of each other. You're not just more focused on your important tasks, you're actually a better, clearer decision maker in the afternoon when it really counts. You finish the day feeling accomplished, not just completely wiped out. And this is the big one. You have energy left over for your family, your friends, your hobbies, for your life. So when you get right down to it, this isn't about restriction at all. The decision diet is about liberation. It's about freeing your mind from all the trivial junk so you can finally apply your full brain power to what's truly meaningful to you. It's just strategic energy management. Simple as that. And that really just leaves us with one final question for you. Every morning, you wake up with that finite battery of 86 billion light bulbs. So, knowing what you now know about the glutamate trap, what's the one thing you're going to choose to protect tomorrow?